I want to welcome you to Dream Chasers Radio with me, your host, Yaya Diamond. What's up, peoples? Okay, all right. So, I mean, it is what it is. You can get us everywhere. But my next guest is amazing. He has an amazing voice and a new album out. We're going to be talking to him right now. And I want to welcome him to the show. Mr. Glenn Jones, what's up? How you
Thank
doing?
you. Yeah. I'm good. Great.
Hey,
Now that we
hey.
finally connected, I'm great.
Oh, it's amazing to have you. Thank you so much and for your patience and your time. And I appreciate everything. Man, let me tell you something. I'm so excited for you. So you have a new album out called Love by Design. How did that come
Yes.
about?
It's the title track. There's a song that a guy named James Day wrote, and he sent it to me. And when I listened to the song, I could just hear Regina Belle singing all over it. So I
Mm.
sent it to Regina. She loved it. We went in the studio and we cut it, and it was the first single from the album.
Wow, wow. What is it like to just like, oh, I'm just gonna call Regina Bell up and we just gonna hit it at the studio. A lot of people would want to be able to do that. What is that like? And I mean, you come a long way. It's a lot of work involved with this. So you just didn't start from there, am I correct?
No, I didn't. I started, the old way, just singing in church and, singing in storefront churches and, just on the Chitlin circuit and just,
Mm.
grinding.
Now I've heard a lot about the Chitlin Circle. Okay, I've heard a lot about that because I worked with Glenn Leonard a long time for 8 years, as a matter of fact, in the Hitsville show. And let me
Yeah.
tell you something. I've gotten all the stories. So, what is the most like prevalent story that you have that really changed your whole outlook on music and your career?
Well, I started out singing gospel, and I was a songwriter from the time I was 14 years old. So I was writing songs, but I was writing songs that were considered to be a little more contemporary, than the traditional gospel, because I was brought up in a Pentecostal church. So they were used to certain types of songs of music, and
Hmm.
I used to listen to secular radio, R&B radio, and I wanted my records to sound more like that. So I
Mm.
started pursuing that, just creatively going in that direction. And then finally, I met a guy named James Cleveland, who took me in the studio out in Los Angeles, and we did an album, and it was a mixture of traditional and contemporary. And then I came back and did another album, and the second album was a record that the producer Norman Connors, jazz guy, he heard, and he flew to DC, asked me to come to DC, and we met. And he said that he had an album that he was getting ready to do. He was on Arista Records at the time, and
Mm.
he asked me if I was interested in doing an R&B song on his record, which I had
Mm.
never done before.
Mm.
Uh, I was a little apprehensive, being, a little church boy from the South and everything. But it spoke to me, and I went out to Cali. I cut the record, and finally, it was the second single from the album, Take It to the Limit" album for Norman Connors, and then the record just started taking off.
Mm.
And from there, I started getting recognition, and the next thing you know, I had a deal with RCA Records.
What? Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, that must have been amazing. Oh man, the whole like speed bullet train that was just going fast. What was that like for you emotionally?
It was great. I always wanted to do music from the time I was 5, 6 years old as a kid. And I always knew that I was going to do music for the rest of my life. I mean, ask me how I knew it. I guess I was determined.
Hmm.
That's what I saw for myself. You have to see. They say if you see it, you can be it. So I
Hmm.
saw it, and it happened.
Wow. Wow. That is amazing. What an amazing story. What an amazing break of a person who just saw it in you and said, "Look, I know exactly who to sing this."
Yeah.
And they did it and it was like, phew, wow.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love it when it happens like that. So, I mean, okay, so the music industry has changed a lot. I mean,
Mhm.
dramatically. I mean, it's done a 180 completely different from what it was before. What adjustments have you made that have made you, kind of go, "Oh my gosh, really? It's like that now?"
Well, back in the day, you had the structure and the machinery of major record labels that would pretty much do everything except record the record themselves. They would finance the record. They would market it and promote it. And now, an artist has to do all of that. Artist and artist management has to do all that. So it's different. There are many times when, because of the machinery not being in place like it used to be, a lot of times people don't even know you have a new project. Yeah. But thank God, we got social media, and we do the best that we can do with that. But then you have your core fans. My fans have been great and stayed with me for like 40 years, man. And I want some more along the way. But the main thing is to do your job and do the kind of records that are worthy of their support, of their loyalty. I always try to do records that are timely but timeless. And that's the key to me, and my staying power.
Right. And you have a new single that's getting ready to come out called Family Time. Tell me about that. Tell me about that.
Family Time is dope, man. It's a song, like I said, that this guy, James Day, wrote the song, which James is the same guy that wrote Love by Design. But the good thing this time is that I got Chucky Booker to produce the record. And it's a song that my niece, Yana Crawley, is featured on. Yana was Sunday's Best back in 2009. And, she's a monster. I mean, she's been singing since she was a young girl. I mean, when she first went in the studio, she went in the studio with me and started learning, how to record vocals and how to stack vocals and everything. And now she's a beast. Yeah.
Well, that's amazing, man. I'm telling you, I'm so happy for you. It's a blessing to have your family come in and actually do things with you. I love it when that all comes together, when you can bring people and bring them in, and they really are like the one that just fits. It's just amazing. It's just amazing. I mean, I know that you have a limited time today, and I just wanted to say, do you have any advice for those people who are coming up in this day and age in music? What do you tell them?
I don't know, because just like you said, the game has changed so much, so I'm trying to, stick to, what I have learned down through the years and keep my thing moving forward and happening. I think the biggest thing is to try to be as, on hands, like hands-on. Hands-on as much as you possibly can. That's from writing and producing and all of that. So you can kind of control your destiny and always knowing what's going on with your career, not sitting back saying, well, my manager going to take care of this and take care of that. Nah, I think a lot of people have learned some really tough lessons, from following that pattern.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I want to thank you so much for being on the show, man. You guys, I'm telling you, I am so excited, Oh man, let me tell you, I am looking forward to Family Time. Okay, and Mr. Glenn Jones, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in. Don't forget, you can get him on all social media platforms and streaming platforms and all that stuff, because like you said, the game has changed. You got to be out there. So listen to Love by Design, and the new single is coming up really soon called Family Time. I'm excited about that. Mr. Jones, thank you so much, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. And thank you guys so much for tuning in. And don't forget to like, follow, and comment on Mr. Jones's interview today, as well as go and subscribe to his Spotify. Subscribe, okay? That's how we get paid nowadays, okay? Yeah. It's free. All you gotta do is just press the play button. All right?
Right.
All right, guys. Until next time, don't forget to dare to be different. Bye.
Bye.
I did to be different. I did.